So we've seen all my favourite features. There's a few things we've skipped over just to quickly catalogue them here. They're mostly within the Tools menu. Under SQL Manager, you've got SQL Tuner, in which you can get AGS to comment on the sanity of your SQL statement. So for example, if you've got a missing join, it's certainly going to tell you. Under DB Schema Manager, we've got the ability to create enterprise relationship diagrams. We've touched on that elsewhere. You can search for objects by name, do a DB schema for selected objects and print the same. System reports, all of these top ones I tend to just click on the right node in the Object Explorer to get the same information, but the last four give you information you can only really get at here, particularly users waiting on locks and who's holding those locks. One was update stats last run per table, and current usage of temporary tables. You can drive update statistics there, though do stats is better. We have the ability to just open a SSH or Telnet window, as I've already got there. So you don't need to run a terminal emulator outside of Surface Studio, which is quite neat. Under Data Manager, for useful things there, we can compare and sync data. We've already seen how you can do that with schemas. Editing data, we've seen this equivalent to DB export and DB import, but nice and GUI. And as you can see here, you can use HPL to do that much more quickly for very, very large tables. We can generate test data for given tables. We've seen all of that. Security Manager, very nice, particularly useful for I think at the table level. So for example, if we look at the customer table, a lot of the facilities, of course, are rather easier to get into by doing right-click on the object rather than calling it off the Tools menu. But here you can see that we would be able to just, add named users, just tick those boxes that we want those users to have access to those permissions, and then look at the generated SQL afterwards. Another neat thing we just skipped over is you can compare the onConfig files of two separate instances. This assumes that you've got multiple instances defined and all there as connection icons in AGS. Benchmark runner. In which we can define a suite of SQL scripts to be run at timed intervals. So that's kind of it for the Tools menu. A couple of other things in the Explorer. You can look at details of virtual processors, memory pools. That's fairly obscure stuff. And you can get at the high performance loader directly.